After my father died and I inherited everything, I thought the nightmare was over. But the truth, it was just beginning. Amara and I stayed married. She'd done the unthinkable, but for me, I told myself I had to move on, forgive, and rebuild. I tried. I really did. But every time I looked at her, I remembered him. The man who broke me growing up. The man who used power to control me. The man she let touch her. It haunted me. One night, I woke up from a nightmare. I had dreamt that Amara and my father were laughing behind my back, celebrating how they played me. I sat up, sweating. And that's when I noticed she wasn't in bed. I walked into the living room and saw her on the phone, whispering. She didn't hear me approach. I told you, no one can know, she said quietly. Not even Lucas. I froze. Not even Lucas. She turned, startled. Babe, who were you talking to? I demanded. She paused. My sister? She's been going through Don't Lie to Me. Her lips tightened. Her silence said everything. The paranoia returned. The pain? The doubt? The next day, I called my father's former lawyer and requested all his will revisions. I had to know what changed and why. He looked at me nervously and said, There's something I never showed you. He handed me a sealed envelope, and inside was a handwritten note from my father. If you're reading this, it means I'm dead, and your wife succeeded. Amara isn't who she says she is. She didn't just seduce me. She blackmailed me. There's more to this story than you think. My heart dropped. Blackmailed. That night, I confronted Amara. Greta, then you didn't just sleep with him, did you? She said nothing at first, then nodded slowly. No, I didn't. She sat down. Calm, cold. Greater than Lucas, your father didn't change the will out of love or lust. He changed it because I gave him a choice. Make you the heir, or I destroy him. I was stunned. Destroy him how? Your father had secrets. Lucas. Affairs. Corruption. Illegal deals. He thought I was just a gold digger, remember? But I recorded everything. Every word. Every time he touched me, I gathered enough dirt to bury his empire, she continued, voice trembling now. I told him I'd ruin his legacy unless he did one thing. Give you everything. And he did. I stood there, shaking. Greater than you. Blackmailed my dying father, she nodded. Yes, because I knew he'd never give you anything willingly. He hated you. I loved you too much to let him win. I fell to my knees. My entire life felt like a lie. I wasn't just rich because of her sacrifice, but because of her schemes. So this wasn't love. This was war. She walked over and knelt beside me. It was both. I slept with the enemy to save the man I love. You call it betrayal. I call it battle scars. For weeks, I didn't speak to her. I moved out, stayed at a hotel I now owned, but never felt more empty. One night, I received a video message from Amara. She stood in front of our home with 2 suitcases and a letter in her hand. Lucas, I'm leaving. Not because I don't love you, but because I realize maybe love should never come with so much pain. I won the empire, but I lost you. Maybe that's my punishment. She looked straight into the camera.
If you ever want me back, burn that letter your father left you. Start again.
As I stared at the letter all night. My father's last words. His final manipulation. Then, at dawn, I walked to the fireplace and I burned it. Ashes filled the air. Not just of the letter, but of my hatred. Today, Amara and I live far from the city. We no longer run empires. We run a shelter for abused women. Survivors like her, who did what they had to do to live. She still wears the bracelet my father gave her. But now, it means something else. Not ownership, not guilt, but victory. Would you forgive someone who betrayed you? But also saved your life? Tell us in the comments. Like this story, tap like, subscribe, and share to support more real, emotional stories every week. Turn on notifications, because our next story might just break your heart in the best way.